During World War II, many women felt the responsibilities to serve their country. Women served in a variety of roles such as nurses and factory workers. Society called them to work to help out for the war effort. Even Eleanor Roosevelt said, "This is not a time when women should be patient. We are in a war and we need to fight it with all our abilities and every weapon possible. Women pilots in this particular case are a weapon waiting to be used." Some women went from college to become pilots. Other women already had experience of being a pilot. They had to be between the ages of 21 and 35. They also had to be at least 5 foot 2 inches tall. They had to pass a written exam and Army physical, but be a U.S. citizen and a high school graduate. The ladies were trained to fly the Army way. They learned how to take off, complete spins, turns, and landings. Half of the day was spent learning in ground school studying Morse code, flight training, and military laws. They learned about physics, weather, and communication. They also had to learn airplane mechanics. At least 1,100 women learned how to use almost all of the planes such as B-29, B-17, and B-26. Although they had taken the men's place so that they could go overseas, the women did not get paid as much. The women pilots would become known as the Women's Air Force Service Pilots. Their job was to transport planes from factory to military bases. They also tested new planes and trained how to shoot live ammo. There would not be a lot of stories in the news about them. One pilot was named Margaret Taylor. In 1943, she had completed 2 years of college and saw a Life magazine cover of a female pilot. Her brother was also training to become a pilot, so she thought, why not? She told her father she had to become a pilot. She just needed to borrow the money and she would pay him back. Taylor was transporting an aircraft from Arizona to California, and she noticed that the cockpit was smoking. She was trained to jump out if anything went wrong. She said she wasn't leaving until she saw fire. She was a brave woman. Many different girls come out of high school wanting to become a pilot, so they started saving all their money. 38 women died while moving aircraft. When the girls died, the family had to pay for them to be brought back home. Oftentimes, the girls would donate money to help the family. However, when the men died while flying planes, the military would pay to send them back home to their families and would give their families death benefits. On December 7, 1944, General Arnold was present at the last graduation ceremony. During his speech at the ceremony, he said, "You and more than 900 of your sisters have shown that you can fly wingtip to wingtip with your brothers." If ever there was a doubt in anyone's mind that women can become skillful pilots, the WASP have dispelled that doubt. I want to stress how valuable I believe the whole WASP program has been for the country. We know that you can handle our greatest fighters, our heaviest bombers. We know that you are capable of ferrying, target, towing, and test pilot. So on the last graduation day, I salute you and all WASP. We, the Army Air Force, are proud of you. We will never forget our debt to you. After 2 years, the program was canceled. On December 20th, 1944, the women were let go from their flight jobs. They were supposed to receive transportation home. Some bases were grateful for their work, and the women were provided transportation home. However, some were only seen as far as the gates and had to find their own way home. Catherine Landeck said it was unacceptable to have women replace men. They could release men for duty that was patriotic, but they couldn't replace men. Fewer than 300 women were alive after 65 years to receive the highest civilian honor given by the United States. President Obama signed a bill awarding them the Congressional Gold Medal. Catherine Landeck said it best: "It's hard to understand that they would be forgotten, but it's difficult to believe that they would be left out of those histories, but even they forgot themselves for a while."